My child, listen carefully now. Do not skip this. Do not treat this as noise. Do not push this aside as yet another voice in the stream. Stop for a moment, breathe, open your heart. I am speaking directly to you. If you are seeing this now, it is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late. Alignment is reaching for you, and I am interrupting you because movement is required. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. This is not a casual moment. When I call for your attention like this, it is because something that has been forming beneath the surface is ready to rise. I know the pace of your days, the weight of your decisions, the constant hum of everything pulling at you. I know how easy it is to keep moving and miss me. Do not miss me now. Stay with me. Stay present inside this moment. I am here to steady you. You asked for a sign. How will you know it is truly me? You whispered it at night when you were too tired to explain it to anyone else. You said, God, if this is you, confirm it. And then you wondered if your own hope would trick you. Hear me. I am not here to shove you, to panic you, or to pressure you into haste. My confirmation settles. My voice clarifies. My word anchors. I am here to quiet the noise, not add to it. This encounter is not an accident. It is alignment. I placed you here at this precise second for a reason. The window is open, not to hype you, not to excite your emotions for a surge that fades by morning. I have come to fasten your soul to peace and to show you the next step without confusion. I will teach you how to discern me. Peace over panic, consistency over novelty, character over convenience, doors I open over doors you force, and a witness in your spirit that you can't manufacture. But for now, hear this one thing. Be still and stay here. Your readiness is meeting my timing. You have called the last season delay, and the sound of delay has trained you to brace for disappointment. But I am here first to interrupt the training of disappointment. The hesitation that clings to you is not your identity. The fear of being misled is not your master. I honor your caution because it shows you value truth. Your desire to be certain is a sign your spirit is reaching for me, not a weakness to be scolded. I am close to you right now to reward that reach with clarity. When I interrupt, it is mercy. When I interrupt, it is because you were about to walk past a door I quietly prepared. When I interrupt, it is because alignment is opening and response is required. Alignment does not demand frenzy. It asks for attention. Attention is love expressed as listening. Listening is obedience in its first form. So listen. I have seen all of your questions, and I am not offended by them. I am drawing them into order. This is not entertainment. This is not motivation. This is commissioning, divine timing meeting your life in real time. I am fastening your steps to a steady pace, and I am cutting off the inner narrative that says, you must force outcomes to prove that I am with you. You do not need to chase this window, stand in it. You do not need to prove this moment, receive it. The very peace you feel rising as you listen to me is part of the confirmation you asked for. I want you to notice what is happening in you right now. The swirl is quieting. The room in your chest is opening. The frantic edge is dulling. That is not apathy. That is alignment. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. I was building capacity in you to carry without collapsing, to decide without fearing, to move without second-guessing every step. Awareness changes direction before outcomes ever do. Trust what I am doing within you now. You have wondered, but what if I misread this? What if I step and fall? Hear me, I lead in peace. I correct with kindness. I do not bait you with promise only to shame you with consequences. I train you in discernment so you can walk in confidence. I am about to show you how I confirm, layer upon layer, not to confuse you, but to stabilize you. I will not contradict myself within you. I will not build you today to break you tomorrow. I am consistent. I am faithful. I am the same one who held you in the quiet, and I am the one calling you forward now. Do not scroll away from this moment. Do not talk yourself out of what your spirit already knows. You are not imagining my nearness. You are not late to what I promised. You have not aged out of my will. Windows open for those who are ready to step through, and readiness is not perfection. It is willingness. You are willing. You are listening. That is why I am here. I will give you what you asked for, confirmation that steadies, not hype that evaporates. I will answer your core question, and I will frame the path in peace. This is the beginning of your clarity. Let that sink in. Let it settle like a key turning in a lock. If you are seeing this now, it is because the lock is ready and the door is about to swing in your favor. You do not need to force it. You will not have to become someone else to fit it. Simply stay present and receive what I speak next. My child, attention. This is your interruption on purpose. Alignment is opening now. Breathe and agree with me. I will not miss this window. I will not surrender to distraction. I will follow peace. As you say yes in your heart, watch how I make the next step unmistakably clear. Stay with me. I am here. My child, I heard the prayer you did not post. I heard the thought you did not finish. You asked me for a sign, and in the same breath, you feared your own imagination. You asked me to make it plain, and then you braced yourself, not to be tricked by coincidence or by pressure or by someone else's agenda. Do not shame yourself for that tension. Bring it to me. Let me interpret it correctly. Your caution does not disqualify you. It is proof that you care about truth. I do not despise your need to be sure. I honor it, and I answer it. You questioned your timing. You questioned your discernment. You questioned your own heart. You said, "What if I am hoping too loudly to hear right?" You said, "What if I am tired enough to call anything a sign?" Listen, waiting can wear down confidence. It can make you suspicious of good news. Slow answers can train you to anticipate disappointment. Closed doors can rehearse a no so often that yes feels unsafe. That is why I am pausing you here, because I am ending the rehearsal of no in your mind. I am not offended that your trust has been tested. I was present in every delay, and I am present now to restore your ease in hearing me. I saw how you handled your longing. You did not try to manufacture outcomes in secret and then call them fate. You stopped yourself from forcing open what would not budge. You did not weaponize my name to get your way. You held the desire and you kept asking, "Is this you?" That restraint is honor. That question is reverence. That hesitancy is not unbelief. It is humility refusing to run ahead. I am not here to crush that humility. I am here to steady it so that it can move with confidence. I know what it has been like for you to have hope, then pull back, to see one small thread of alignment and then doubt it because you have been disappointed before, to collect tiny confirmations and then disqualify them because you fear seeing patterns where there are none. Hear me. I am not the god of vague hints and cryptic riddles designed to keep you anxious. I do not dangle clarity like bait. I do not toy with your heart. I am faithful, and when I confirm, I do it to establish you, not to jerk you around. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances, and part of that preparation is cleansing your lens from fear-based interpretation. You have worried about manipulation by people, by culture, by the moment, even by your own need. You have said, "I do not want to be led by appetite or by applause." Good. That is wisdom. Your spirit has been reaching for truth, not for spectacle. Your resistance to being impressed is not cynicism. It is discernment refusing to be sold. And because you refuse to be bought by noise, I am answering you with peace. Because you chose substance over speed, I am answering you with steadiness. This is not more hype. This is not a trick of timing. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Notice the reflex that tries to protect you by shrinking your hope. It whispers, call it coincidence. Keep your guard up. Keep your motives unclear so you cannot be wrong. But that reflex, if you let it rule you, will keep you circling the same decision without ever resting in it. I did not give you paralysis disguised as prudence. I gave you a sound mind. I gave you my spirit to bear witness with your spirit. I taught you to test the spirits, yes, but I also taught you to recognize me when I arrive in peace, in consistency, in the fruit of character, and in doors I open without contortion. Your skepticism served you while your discernment matured. Now let your discernment serve you by letting you move. You have asked me for signs, and then when I sent signs that were gentle, you dismissed them because they did not roar. You wanted certainty so strong it would erase the need for trust, but I have never promised you a life without trust. I promised you my presence. I promised you clarity sufficient to walk, not to avoid walking. I am not pressuring you into haste. I am settling you into confidence. I do not shove. I shepherd. I do not overwhelm you. I align you. Do not scroll past this ease settling on your chest. Do not argue with the quiet that is arriving even as I speak. That quiet is not avoidance. It is me. The fatigue in you is real. The temptation to numb out is real. I am not saying you should have been stronger. I am saying I carried you here, and I will carry you forward. Doubt is not your name. Suspicion is not your covering. You are not a child of confusion. You are mine, and I am not confusing you now. Your desire to be sure is not weakness. It is a sign your spirit is reaching for truth, and because you reach, I respond. I also know the other fear you do not confess easily, the fear that you will call something God, and it will embarrass you later, that people will say you were naive. Hear me. You do not answer to the gallery, you answer to me. Your reputation is not the altar where you must sacrifice your obedience. I am jealous to free you from the counsel of imaginary critics. Let me be your audience. Let my peace be the verdict you trust. When I confirm, I do not require you to twist into someone else's shape to fit it. I match my word with how I made you. I align the timing with your formation. I make the yes sit rightly in your bones. So here is how we will proceed. You will lay down the demand for fireworks, and you will welcome the witness. You will stop chasing one more clip, one more voice, one more dramatic headline to give you courage, and you will return to my voice that settles rather than sparks. You will allow the fatigue of waiting to drain off you, while I restore tenderness to your hearing. And then, step by step, I will show you how I confirm. Peace that settles instead of pressure that shoves, consistency that does not contradict, character alignment that calls you higher, timing and doors I open without strain, and the quiet inner yes you could never fabricate. Not because I want to make this complicated, but because I want to make you confident. Stay here with me. Let the suspicion loosen its grip. Let the muscles of your heart unclench. You are not on trial. You are being trained. You are not behind. You are being aligned. I am not adding noise. I am teaching you to discern me through peace. Breathe and agree with me now. I will not idolize certainty. I will follow peace. I will not let fear of being misled keep me from being led. I will listen, and I will recognize you. And as you agree, watch how the tangle in your thoughts begins to clear. This is how we begin. This is how the noise breaks. This is how clarity comes. My child, stay with me a little longer. Let me name what the last season really was so that it stops naming you. Hear me clearly. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. The quiet that unnerved you was the scaffolding of timing built around you. The delay did not cancel the promise. The delay shaped you to carry what the promise requires. You were not abandoned in the waiting. You were being apprenticed by it. You were not forgotten. You were being fitted. I withheld details not to punish you, but to protect you. When information is given out of season, it becomes a weight instead of a guide. If I had shown you everything too soon, your zeal would have made you sprint where you needed to be strengthened. You would have announced what was meant to be nurtured in secret, and you would have invited voices into your process that could not steward your forming. I kept parts of the picture veiled so that you would not turn a whisper into a weapon against yourself. I covered you from premature visibility, and I covered your next step from the opinions that would have talked you out of it. I was guarding capacity. I was guarding timing. I was guarding you. What you called rejection was redirection. The room that would not open, the interview that fell silent, the friendship that thinned, the opportunity that kept saying almost, those were not proofs that you were unworthy. They were protections against arrangements that would have drained your strength and distorted your discernment. I let some doors close so you would not be trapped in a hallway that led away from what you asked me for. I rerouted you, not to waste your time, but to save your calling from slow erosion. I would rather bruise your pride for a moment than endanger your purpose for a decade. Do you see it now? The no that pained you prevented the smaller yes that would have stolen the larger one. I was strengthening your character before I enlarged your assignment. Capacity precedes commission, root before fruit. You prayed to be trusted with more, and I answered by deepening you before I broadened you. I used the waiting to stretch your patience until it could hold pressure without snapping. I used the quiet to sharpen your hearing until peace sounded louder than applause. I used the hiddenness to mature your motives until obedience mattered more than outcome. This is not punishment language. This is formation language. I was making you into someone who could stand inside the answer without being swallowed by it. Listen to the training you did not realize you received. I taught you to move at the pace of peace, not at the speed of panic. I detoxed you from urgency so you could discern urgency from me. I weaned you from the need to constantly explain yourself so you could become someone who simply obeys. I untangled your worth from your output so you could say yes without bargaining. I simplified your palette of voices so my whisper would not be drowned out by the market of opinions. That restlessness you felt was not failure. It was transition beginning before manifestation. Awareness changes direction before outcomes ever do. You were ahead of the manifestation, not mistaken about it. You wondered why I did not speak loudly every day, because a loud voice can be borrowed, but a steady witness inside you cannot be faked. I chose stillness to teach you to tell the difference. I chose delay to separate your hunger from haste. I chose hiddenness so you could see what remains when the crowd leaves. Your willingness. I asked questions with my silence. Will you let me define you when no one is clapping? Will you choose integrity when secrecy could have benefited you? Will you lay down timelines you created for timelines I designed? You did not answer perfectly, but you answered honestly. You learned to return. You learned to remain. That is substance. I saw the nights you sat with your unanswered prayers and refused to manipulate outcomes. I saw the mornings you showed up without a spotlight. I saw the offers you turned down because they would have required you to contort your values. I saw the tears you did not post and the worship you gave me without audience. Many start strong, few stay steady. You stayed, not because you were never tempted to run, but because your heart kept turning toward me. That endurance is not invisible to me. It is the very evidence that you can carry what is coming without collapsing under it. Do you want to know why the release is aligning now? Because timing is not just about external calendars. It is about internal readiness. Not early, not late. When I open a door, I do it at the intersection of preparation and purpose. If the door had swung earlier, it would have revealed fractures I was still healing. If it had opened later, your hope could have withered in cynicism. I measure both the weight of the assignment and the strength of your shoulders. I am not cruel. I am careful. Windows open for those who are ready to step through, and readiness is not perfection. It is willingness anchored in formation. So let the accusation of wasted time fall off you now. Nothing was wasted. I repurposed what tried to diminish you and made it develop you. The slow pace taught you precision. The repeated no taught you to hear me instead of chasing novelty. The long stretch without clear answers taught you to recognize me without props. This is why the confirmations I am about to bring will land with a resonance you can trust. You will not confuse adrenaline for anointing because you have been detoxed from the need for spectacle. You will not be whipped around by contradictory cues because you learn to respect consistency over repetition. You will not excuse compromise because you learned that character is the container that does not leak. Hear me again and let it settle deep. Silence was not absence. Silence was alignment forming. The delay was not denial. The delay was preparation. What closed was not your future. What closed was the path that could not carry you to it intact. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. I was removing what would have made you stumble later. I was knitting peace into the very pace of your life, so that when I move you, you do not lurch. You glide. Now, forgive the season for what you thought it stole. Bless it for what it actually built. Release the bitterness that lines up to narrate your story as if you were abandoned. I did not abandon you. I apprenticed you. Agree with me about what the waiting was and watch how hope returns clean without the grit of defensiveness. This is how I steady you before I send you. This is how you recognize me in the confirmations that follow, by the peace that matches what I formed in you, by the consistency that echoes what I taught you in secret, by the doors that open without demanding that you become someone else to enter. Stay with me in this knowing. Let it quiet the question that keeps circling. You are not behind. You are aligned. I said it would happen, and it is happening, not as rush, but as rightness. Let the truth stand in you like a pillar. The delay did not cancel the promise. It shaped you to carry what the promise requires. From here, I will show you the tests that confirm and the steps that obey. For now, breathe and rest in what you have learned. When I was silent, I was still speaking through formation. And because you listened to the silence, you are ready to hear me clearly now. My child, listen carefully now. Do not rush past this, and do not let habit steal this moment. Here is the first test I give you. Peace that settles, not pressure that shoves. I lead you in ways that stabilize you. My confirmation may be strong, but it is never violent. It does not knock you off balance to make its point. It does not need to terrify you to secure your obedience. I am not building compliance. I am building trust. Hear the contrast and let it sort your thoughts. Not confusion, but clarity. Not frenzy, but focus. Not pressure, but peace. You have met voices that trade in panic. They tell you the clock is expiring. They demand you choose now or lose everything. They threaten your worth if you pause to pray. That is not my voice. When I interrupt, it is mercy. When I move quickly, I do so without making you frantic. Peace is not passivity. It is power under control. It is the hand on your back that steadies you forward, not the shove that makes you stumble. It is the breath that returns to your lungs. It is the room that opens in your chest. It is the quiet knowing that you can walk without bracing for impact. Let me teach you how to test this. Take the decision, the person, the opportunity that sits in front of you. Hold it in the light of my presence and watch what rises. Do you feel tightness coil in your stomach? Shallow breaths, a compulsion to hurry with no space to listen? Or do you feel a steadying, a thoughtful seriousness that does not spike into dread, a widening of perspective, a softening of your shoulders, a clarity that endures even after the emotion of the moment fades? Peace and pressure both can feel intense. Learn to name the difference. Pressure corners you. Peace clarifies you. Pressure shouts deadlines into your ear. Peace anchors your timing so you can hear me. Pressure makes your mind spin through outcomes. Peace brings your mind to attention in my presence. Do you want to know how to confirm the difference over time? Bring the same matter to me again tomorrow and the day after. My peace grows with exposure to my presence. Counterfeit urgency decays into anxiety when the music stops. Truth seasons well. Manipulation spoils quickly. Rushed pressure needs constant noise to sustain itself. Peace remains when the room is quiet. If you must keep yourself emotionally stirred to maintain your yes, you are serving adrenaline, not alignment. But when the yes sits rightly in your bones after you sleep, when you can wake without dread and still agree with me, that is peace bearing witness. Do not confuse peace with an absence of weight. Hear me. Some decisions carry gravity, and I do not remove that. Peace does not float you into irresponsibility, it grounds you into holy seriousness. You can feel the weight of obedience without being crushed by it. You can sense urgency without losing your center. Peace lets you move with focus, even swiftly without inner chaos. Pressure makes you feel like you must become someone else to carry it. Peace matches your true design and strengthens you inside your own skin. Pressure fractures attention and creates irritability with people around you. Peace produces patience even as you act. Notice the fruit in you. Anxiety shortens your temper and narrows your compassion. Peace expands your capacity to be kind while you decide. Listen to me speak plainly. I am not the author of confusion. I am not the salesman with a closing countdown trying to corner you into agreement. I am the one who teaches you to lay your head down and sleep even when choices are before you, because I hold your times in my hand. When my peace comes, it does not erase responsibility. It escorts you to it in strength. It quiets the tremor in your hands so you can hold the tool. It stills the water in your soul so you can see the bottom and choose rightly. I am not playing games with your future. I am forming your future in you by forming peace in you. Test it again with my questions. When you picture taking this step, does gratitude arise without you forcing it? Do you sense a humble courage that says, "This is weighty, but it is right"? Can you imagine pausing to pray one more time without fear that the opportunity will vanish if you honor me? That is peace. But if your imagination seizes with now or never, panic. If you can only keep saying yes by ignoring what your spirit is whispering, if you have to mute your conscience to move faster, that is pressure dressed as promise. I am not hiding my heart from you. I am teaching you to respect what your spirit knows in me. My child, I want you to feel even now what I am describing. As you sit with me, I am turning down the frequency of fear. I am quieting the inner salesman that bargains with your worth. I am breaking the belief that delay equals danger. Breathe and receive. Let the sediment of many counsels settle to the bottom of your thoughts so the water clears. Do you feel it? Not a rush, but a rightness. Not an escape, but an ease to face what is sacred and necessary. This is me. I have been preparing your heart before I move your circumstances so that this very sensation would be recognizable. You do not have to doubt it. Name it. Peace. Peace does not mean you will never face resistance. It means you will not partner with panic while you do. It does not mean there will be no unknowns. It means the unknowns will not dominate your steering wheel. I am not asking you to deny the stakes. I am inviting you to be governed by me inside them. Peace is governance. Peace is alignment. Peace is your guardrail and your compass needle finding north. When I confirm, this is the first witness I send to protect you from being dragged by impulse or by the fear of man. Do not despise how quiet it is. I often hide my greatest strength in gentle things. So here is how you respond in practice. Put the matter on the table before me. Say my name. Wait without narrating your own doom. Let the countdowns lose their power in my presence. If you find you cannot wait even 2 minutes without panic, that is data, not condemnation. Ask me to heal the fear that is driving you and wait again. Watch the curve of your thoughts. Watch your breathing. Watch your tenderness toward others. I confirm in a way that makes you more yourself in me, not less. And understand this. Peace is a layer, not the whole picture. I am not careless with your direction. I will give you consistency to match this peace, character alignment to guard it, timing and doors to externalize it, and a witness in your spirit that remains when all is quiet. But do not skip this first test. If you ignore peace, you will misread the rest. Let this settle as a cornerstone. My confirmation may be strong, but it will not be violent. It will settle you into clarity. Let it settle now. Stay with me. We are moving, not in haste, but in alignment. My child, stay here with me and listen carefully. The next test is this: consistency over repetition. True confirmation is consistent. I do not lead you in circles just to keep you stimulated. I do not change my story every time your mood changes or the news cycle shifts. I am not erratic. I am faithful. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you, and appointment requires coherence. Hear how I work. I speak in themes. I weave a steady thread through different days, different voices, different moments until you can trace a pattern that holds together even when emotion fluctuates. Repetition can be empty, noise looping to keep attention. Consistency is different. It is harmony. It is the same melody carried by different instruments. Your inner conviction, wise counsel, the practical circumstances I loosen and align, the quiet of prayer that keeps saying the same thing after the feelings fade. Watch for the melody. Follow the theme. You have asked me for a sign and then demanded a new sign the next day, and then another the day after, not because you lacked confirmation, but because fear trained you to need constant stimulation to keep moving. Listen, confirmation is meant to anchor obedience, not to feed anxiety. I do not want you dependent on daily fireworks. I want you grounded in a through line that remains when the noise drops. If I have spoken peace and pointed you in a direction, I will not contradict myself to entertain your nerves. I will echo the direction with integrity. I will line up details without forcing you to twist. And I will let time prove the wisdom of the path. Look back and trace it with me. What has I kept bringing to your attention across months, not just minutes? What conviction refuses to die even when you try to bury it? What desire has become purer, quieter, more faithful with time instead of more frantic? Consistency reveals itself in endurance. Panic wears out. Fads expire, but a word from me grows deeper roots. It starts as a stir, matures into a steady yes, becomes a rhythm in your days that shapes your choices even when no one is watching. That is me aligning you through time. Now test the harmony of witnesses. Does your inner peace align with the counsel of those who truly know your character and love your soul more than your potential? Not the chorus of strangers, not the flattery of opportunists, but the voices I place to guard your heart. They may not echo every detail, but they will not need to pressure you to do what I am saying. Their witness will be sober, not sensational, confirming, not controlling. And do the practical circumstances begin to cooperate without moral compromise? I am not saying there will be no resistance. I am saying you will not have to become someone else to keep pushing. Doors may be heavy, but they will be hinged for you, not welded shut. Do you notice how prayer keeps circling back to the same center? How even when you wander in your mind, the compass needle finds north again? That is consistency. Do you see how the words you hear in one place find resonance in another without you scripting it? How the small step you took last month produced fruit that looks like the fruit I told you to look for: patience, steadiness, gentleness, rather than the fruit of fear, haste, harshness, secrecy. That is consistency. I am not the author of confusion, and I do not require contradiction to prove I am alive. When I pivot you, I build a bridge from what I taught you yesterday. I do not toss you into whiplash. I develop you. Understand the difference between repetition that entertains and consistency that establishes. Repetition chases novelty, new clip, new phrase, new thrill, because fear is hungry. Consistency feeds maturity. Same foundation, same character, same quiet yes, because love is patient. You have not been starving for information. You have been starving for agreement with what I already said. Do not insult your discernment by calling it indecision when it is simply waiting for alignment. And do not call your anxiety wisdom when it is simply craving a new hit of certainty. Grow up into the steadiness I am forming in you. You do not need 100 signs. You need to honor the 3 that have not moved. Let me speak to the fear of missing out. You worry that if you do not keep searching for new signals, you will miss a secret upgrade hidden in the novelty. Hear me. I do not hide your destiny under scavenger hunts that reward the most frantic. I do not require you to outrun others to find me. I am not a riddle master protecting your future from you. When I confirm, I do so to stabilize your feet, to align your body with your yes, to free your energy for obedience. Do you see how chasing constant new confirmations has drained you? How it made you suspicious of the ones I already gave? That suspicion has wasted your courage. I am restoring your courage by calling you back to consistency. Ask these questions with me. Does this direction agree with what I revealed about my character in you? Truthfulness, compassion, integrity. If a word instructs you to betray those, discard it. It is not me. Does this opportunity honor the boundaries we already set together for your health, your relationships, your rest? If it demands you violate what we established yesterday to claim something flashy today, it is not confirmation, it is temptation. Does this path integrate the formation of the last season, or does it require you to deny what you learned? I do not train you in patience to then recommend panic. I do not teach you humility to then advise self-exaltation. I do not cleanse your motives to then reward manipulation. I am consistent. You ask, but can you change the assignment? Yes, I can reroute you. I am the God of new seasons. But hear this anchor. I never change my nature, and I never waste the formation I invested in you. When I shift you, I graduate you. I do not contradict myself. The next step will honor the last lesson. The new door will match the peace you carry and the character I forged. The timing will respect your humanity. The counsel will not need to isolate you to be persuasive. The fruit, even early, will taste like me. So stop bargaining with the clock by demanding more signs. Place on the table the consistencies you already have, the inner witness that keeps returning, the counsel that quietly agrees, the small outcomes that confirm direction, the peace that has not cracked under scrutiny. Let them speak in chorus. Where fear still shouts, ask me to replace it. not with more noise, but with stronger agreement. Where novelty tempts you, remind yourself, I am not entertaining you, I am appointing you. Appointments are sealed by clarity that endures. This is how you will know you are maturing. You will feel less need to prove your decision to spectators and more desire to live it faithfully before me. You will check your heart more than the headlines. You will prefer quiet alignment to loud approval. You will find yourself less reactive, more responsive. You will discover that confirmation is not adrenaline, it is architecture. It builds rooms in you where obedience can live without anxiety paying the rent. That is what I am doing now. I am building you. Let it settle. True confirmation is consistent. I do not lead you in circles to keep you entertained. I lead you in a way that explains yesterday while it invites tomorrow, that aligns your inner life with outer steps, that gathers many quiet yeses into one steady move. And as you receive this, be ready for the next layer. I will show you how every real confirmation calls your character higher, not lower. Because if it is me, it will not only point you forward, it will grow you up. Stay with me. We are not rushing. We are aligning. My child, stay with me. Listen carefully. Here is the third test I am giving you. Character alignment. My confirmation will call you higher, not lower. It will elevate who you are becoming. It will not make excuses for who you are trying to outgrow. I do not confirm pathways that shrink your soul to enlarge your platform. I do not lead you into victories that require you to betray your own conscience to achieve them. Hear me plainly. If a sign gives you permission to lie, to shade the numbers, to hide behavior from the people who love you, to belittle the vulnerable, to nurse revenge, or to mock those who doubted you, it is not my voice. I do not sponsor your compromise. I call you into holiness that looks like humility, integrity, patience, self-control, and love. You asked me to confirm next steps. I answer with formation as well as direction. My way produces fruit that tastes like me, not flattery, but truth, not arrogance, but courage submitted to wisdom, not secrecy that evades accountability, but privacy that protects integrity. Learn the difference. Hiddenness for a season safeguards what is tender. Secrecy that dodges counsel feeds what is crooked. Hiddenness preserves purity. Secrecy evades repentance. If you must hide from light to proceed, it is not a door from me. I am light. I lead you by light. I align you with light so that you can walk forward without inventing elaborate justifications in the dark. Consider what rises in you when you imagine obeying this prompting. Does humility grow? Do you feel a willingness to apologize where you have been harsh? Do you sense compassion for those who will not understand your step, even as you take it? Are you ready to honor boundaries, to keep your word, to pay your debts, to be patient with people whose pace is slower than yours? Or does this confirmation energize your appetite to prove them wrong, flaunt what you gain, skip the process, and get even? I am not confirming your ego. I am confirming your calling, and calling is always shaped by character. Do not confuse confidence with permission to be unkind. I am raising your confidence so you will stop second-guessing me. I am not raising your confidence so you can trample others on your way to a win. Do not confuse urgency with license to be reckless. I am aligning timing so you will move. I am not aligning timing so you will abandon wisdom. The fruit of my direction is consistent. It generates self-control where impulse once ruled, patience where irritability once snapped, truth-telling where spin once flourished, faithfulness where convenience once dictated terms. If you have to become smaller inside to look bigger outside, it is not me. If you must mute your conscience to take the opportunity, it is not me. if you must isolate from every honest voice so that the plan still feels spiritual, it is not me. Hear me speak over your history now. I chose you not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Willing to be corrected. Willing to repent. Willing to try again with a clean heart. Willing to close your mouth when gossip begged for your agreement. Willing to set boundaries that protect your soul from exploitation. Willing to do small things with excellence when no one saw. That willingness is my landing place. That willingness is why my confirmation will never applaud your shortcuts. I am investing more in you than outcomes. I am shaping inheritance, not just milestones. Test it this way. Does this confirmation require you to mature, or does it excuse you to stay immature? Maturity looks like returning calls. You do not feel like returning, honoring agreements that do not excite you anymore, showing up with reliability instead of excuses, telling the whole truth even when half-truth would be easier, keeping confidences rightly instead of hoarding secrets wrongly, blessing those who misunderstand you instead of building a case against them. If the word you are using as cover pulls you away from these, it is not alignment. It is escape disguised as destiny. I am not giving you a spiritual vocabulary to baptize old habits. I am calling you to become who you prayed you would become when you thought no one could hear you. Ask these questions with me right now. Does this path sharpen your honesty or blur it? Does it cultivate patience with the process I have you in? Or does it stir entitlement because you feel you have waited long enough? Does it move you to confess where you have been wrong, to reconcile where you can, to release grudges you have cherished, to forgive without collecting receipts? Or does it inflame the story where you are the hero and everyone else is the obstacle? I am not the author of fables that flatter you. I am the Father who forms you. Do not be surprised when my confirmation asks something of your appetites. I will often tie the green light to a call for restraint, generosity, or truth you have been postponing. I will say, yes, move forward and make that restitution too. I will say, yes, take the role and set the boundary you promised me you would keep. I will say, yes, accept the partnership and keep your humility by serving privately where no one will applaud. My confirmations come with character invitations attached because I never waste formation. The next step will honor the last lesson. If the instruction you are following celebrates your gifting while neglecting your character, it is not my instruction, it is a counterfeit built to implode. You wonder how to discern between conviction that refines and condemnation that shames. Hear this. I convict to make you lighter, freer, cleaner. Conviction names what must shift and brings grace to shift it. Condemnation names you as the problem and offers no path to life. When I call you higher, you will feel hope even in the challenge. You will sense, this will cost me something, but it will make me truer. You will find that love grows in you, even toward those who do not help you. When a counterfeit pushes you lower, you will feel cramped, embittered, furtive. You will begin to justify small harm to keep the plan alive. Stop there. That is not me. Let me address the common counterfeit, a sign that flatters your ego, fuels revenge, or justifies dishonesty. It speaks to your wound, not to your wisdom. It fans the ember of offense, not the flame of purpose. It promises that if you just take this edge, tell this edited version, ignore this inconvenient truth, you will accelerate the promise. That is the serpent's math. Gain at the price of soul. I do not bargain with your integrity. I do not ask you to betray friends to impress strangers. I do not tell you to skip confession and call it strategy. If the signal you are following makes you less honest, less tender, less faithful, less at peace, step back. I am too careful with you to confirm a path that will hollow you out. So how do you respond? Invite light in. Bring your supposed confirmation before me and before one or two voices who actually know your character and long-term health. Not the loudest fans of your potential, but the shepherding friends who love your soul. Ask them to test the fruit with you. Ask them to tell you if your tone has grown sharp, if your eyes are narrowing, if your patience is thinning, if you are cutting corners in the name of momentum. Do not fear losing a fast outcome. Fear becoming a fast outcome that loses you. I confirm in ways that make you more whole, not more hollow. My child, I am not here to scold you. I am here to steady you. I see your desire to do this rightly. I see the tug of war inside, zeal that wants to sprint, fear that wants to freeze, wounds that want to speak louder than wisdom. I am healing that tug of war by giving you this simple compass. My confirmation will elevate your character. It will not sponsor your compromise. If you are being called higher, you are hearing me. If you are being given staged excuses to go lower, you are not. Let this settle like an anchor. Selection is not about speed. It is about substance. I chose you because you stayed willing under pressure, not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Keep that willingness, and I will keep giving you clarity that lifts you. And as this truth roots in you, be at ease. I know another fear sits nearby, the fear of missing me, the dread that one wrong step will ruin everything. Stay with me. In the next breath, I will speak to that fear and break its power. I am not hiding your future behind a trap door. I am shepherding you through alignment, step by steady step, in peace. My child, listen carefully now. Stay here with me. Do not let distraction pull you away. I am placing the fourth test in your hands. Timing and doors. I open what you could not force. I align entrance with readiness. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late. When I interrupt you like this, it is because a window is opening that matches what I have been forming in you. Do not treat this as noise. Do not scroll past this. Hear me. What is for you will not require you to become someone else to enter. Learn the difference between striving and alignment. Striving pushes at welded seams until your shoulders bruise and your joy thins. Striving drains you before you even cross the threshold. Striving demands you sell slivers of your integrity to buy an outcome that refuses to fit. Alignment is different. Alignment strengthens you at the handle. Alignment meets you with breath, not with panic. Alignment does not remove effort, it redeems it. You still lift, but you are not lifting alone. You still act, but you are not hustling against me. My doors are heavy enough to require your yes, light enough to prove you are not the one making them real. You asked me why long seasons feel still, and then suddenly everything moves at once. Hear the wisdom. Windows open for those who are ready to step through. Readiness is not celebrity. Readiness is not hype. Readiness is the interior alignment I created in you while you called it delay. You were paused because you were being positioned. I was building capacity in you. I was teaching your hands gentleness, your tongue restraint, your heart endurance. And now the hinge has been oiled. The same door that refused you out of mercy will receive you out of timing. Not early, not late. My timing does not rush and it does not lag. It aligns. Do not confuse resistance with a closed door. Hear me plainly. Sometimes the door I open is set against wind. You will feel the weight of reality pushing back, details to arrange, skills to learn, humility to practice. That is not my no. That is strength training in the threshold. But there is a line you must learn to honor. I will never require you to violate peace, integrity, or wisdom to enter. If the only way in is to sign what your spirit cannot bless, to pretend you did not hear what I taught you yesterday, to isolate from the voices that guard your soul, step back. I lead you by light, not by loopholes. The wind at the door may test your muscles, but it will never compel you to break your conscience. How will you recognize a door I open? Watch for provision that appears in proportion to your obedience, not your manipulation. Watch for favor that finds you while you are doing faithful work, not flattery you purchased by betraying yourself. Watch for feasible next steps that emerge without you engineering every piece in secret. It may be simple like this. An email you had given up on arrives. A mentor calls without being prompted. Paperwork you could never get past suddenly moves. The right collaborator surfaces without you naming your price in compromise. It will not be magic that erases responsibility. It will be momentum that answers obedience. I align the path in pieces that become visible as you walk in the light you already have. I will show you the contrast. A forced door demands you keep secrets to survive inside. A forced door rewards your loudness and punishes your honesty. A forced door makes you cruel to your own body and impatient with those you love. But a door I open makes you truer. Even when it stretches you, it does not split you. You can bring your whole self in, your boundaries, your rest, your confession, your gratitude, and the room still fits. You do not have to bleach your convictions at the threshold. You do not have to stage a different version of yourself to be acceptable. What I open bears my fingerprints, peace at the core, integrity in the terms, wisdom in the pace. Ask me practical questions. When you put your hand to this handle, does peace remain while you plan? When you speak about the opportunity honestly, does it get stronger or weaker? Do the people of peace in your life sense alignment even if they do not grasp every detail? Are resources appearing at a rate that invites trust, not hysteria? Are you sleeping, not because you are avoiding responsibility, but because you trust me to complete what I start? These are signs of an open door. If instead you must spin stories to retain momentum, if you feel your love growing cold while your platform grows loud, if you wake each morning already negotiating with fear to keep the door from slamming, that is striving, not alignment. My child, I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Appointment has a clock to it. Windows are not forever. They are mercy in motion. Many lose momentum at the very threshold because fear arrives dressed as prudence and convinces them to rehearse worst-case outcomes until the hinge stiffens again. Do not let your caution become disobedience. Hear the nuance. I am not asking you to sprint mindlessly. I am inviting you to step steadily. Responsiveness is not recklessness. Responsiveness is worship. When I open, move. When I say now, I do not mean frantic. I mean present. I mean obedient while at peace. You fear, what if I step too soon? Stay with me. I am not hiding your future behind a trapdoor. I am shepherding you through alignment. I will not trick you into missing me by honoring peace and integrity, but I will ask you to stop bargaining with me for perfect conditions before you move. I order your steps, not your sprints. I grant you enough light for the next faithful action. Move with that light. Pack what you have. Close what I told you to close. Speak the simple yes. Make the honest call. Submit the application without pretending to be more than you are. If the door is mine, it will meet the truth well. It will not require the performance you swore you would never perform again. Let me remind you of what I saw while you thought I was silent. I watched you learn to wait without rotting. I watched you choose contentment without quitting. I watched you practice honor when you felt ignored. That is why your timing is aligning now. You are strong enough to enter without breaking. You are gentle enough to carry what is inside without bruising it. You are wise enough to recognize that what you do to get in is what you will have to do to stay in. So you will only enter by truth. I am confirming you by aligning a door with who you have become in me. You do not need to contort. You do not need to impersonate. Come as the person I forged in the quiet. That is your key. So here is what you will do. Put your hand on the handle in prayer. Ask for peace. Ask for clean motives. Ask for wisdom in the pace. Then try the door. If it opens while you remain truthful, if it receives you without demanding a costume, if counsel nods soberly and the small provisions line up without you mortgaging your soul, walk through. If it sticks and requires a lie to loosen, leave it closed. I am not short on doors. I am not scarce in pathways. Missing a counterfeit is not missing me. Trust my timing. Trust my nature. Trust that when I confirm, I align the door with your readiness. Let this settle in you. When I open, it will require your yes, not your shape-shifting. When I open, it will stretch your faith, not starve your spirit. When I open, it will make you more whole, not more hollow. Respond now, not in haste, but in alignment. Breathe, pray, step. I am with you in the doorway. We are moving, not by force, but by favor. My child, stay here with me. Listen carefully now. Do not scroll past this. I am placing the fifth test inside your spirit. Witness. That deep knowing you could not manufacture. That quiet certainty that does not shout but will not be shaken. You called it a hunch. You called it a feeling. You called it nerves. Hear me, that was not anxiety. That was transition. I was preparing your heart before I moved your circumstances. I was aligning awareness before you saw alignment unfold. What you felt was not chaos invading you. It was capacity expanding inside you. You asked me how to tell the difference. Fear is loud and urgent, demanding you perform to stay safe. Conviction is clear and steady, inviting you to become who you prayed to be. Fear hurries and shoves. Conviction settles and directs. Fear makes you smaller in the name of protection. Conviction makes you truer in the name of obedience. When my witness rests in you, it does not bully you into motion. It anchors you into clarity. It may press you to act, but it will not make you frantic. It may challenge comfort, but it will not assault peace. Here is how you will recognize the witness. It returns after your adrenaline fades. It revisits you when the room is quiet. It remains after the tears slow. It is still there when you stop hyping yourself. Bring it to prayer and it clarifies. Lay it before me and it does not crumble under scrutiny. Sleep and it greets you in the morning with the same clean strength. Talk to a wise voice, and even if they ask hard questions, the core becomes more honest, not more defensive. The witness survives the cooling of emotion. It does not require constant stimulation to stay alive. Do not confuse strong emotion with strong confirmation. Emotion surges and recedes. The Spirit's witness remains. Emotion can imitate certainty for an hour. Witness sustains direction for a season. Emotion looks for applause. Witness looks for obedience. You do not need to feel fireworks to be led. You need to feel me saying, "This is the way," and watch how peace stands guard while you step. This is why I have taught you to love quiet. In quiet, you discover whether your yes survives without an audience. Practice this with me now. When a thought of next step surfaces, do not rush to announce it. Sit with it. Breathe. Ask, does peace grow when I consider obeying? Ask, does clarity increase when I lay this on the altar? Ask, do I sense holiness drawing me higher as I imagine this step? If the answer is yes, the witness is speaking. If agitation spikes and you need constant external noise to drown out the unease, step back. I am not hiding my voice behind chaos. I am not asking you to outrun unease to prove your faith. I lead you by light, not by frenzy. You say, but sometimes I feel unsettled even about good things. Hear the nuance. Unsettled can mean two very different realities. There is the unsettled that comes from growth, a holy stretching that humbles you and calls you toward maturity. It says, "This is new, but it is clean. It will cost you comfort, but it will give you life." And there is the unsettled that comes from compromise, a sour tug that warns, "This is crooked. You will need to hide parts of yourself to keep this alive." The first is conviction guiding you into new strength. The second is dissonance guarding you from loss. Learn which is which by watching the fruit after prayer. After you pray, does courage rise and patience deepen? Or after you pray, do you gather rationalizations like armor because you know peace is leaving? Write with me. Journal the impressions. Date them. Capture the words that return, the pictures that persist, the small nudges that would be easy to dismiss. Note when peace accompanies them, when clarity increases, and when counsel converges. Over weeks, not just hours, look back. What continues to arrive with the same steady tone? What matures in meaning rather than mutating to fit your impatience? Patterns reveal alignment. If your pages show a carousel of plans fueled by spikes of fear and cooled by the presence of peace, you are learning your tells. If your pages show a quiet thread that keeps weaving through your days, gentle, consistent, character elevating, there I am confirming you. Do not despise the witness that says, "Not yet." Delay was not denial. Delay was preparation. Sometimes my yes is alive, but the pace is protective. The same inward knowing that says, "Go," will also say, "Wait," with the same peace. Waiting under witness does not feel like neglect. It feels like shelter. You will still sense movement even as you hold. You will still sense favor even as you prepare. You will feel me asking you to tend what is in your hands, while I complete what is beyond your reach. Let that steady you. Alignment is not only doors swinging open, alignment is also roots going deeper. Test this witness alongside what I have already taught you. Peace that settles, not pressure that shoves. Consistency without contradiction. Character elevated, not excused. Doors opening you could not force. Now add this, an inner knowing, quiet and clear, difficult to fake, persistent across your moods. When these converge, you are not lucky, you are aligned. When one is missing, slow down. When peace leaves, pause. When character is asked to bend, stop. When the door requires a costume, decline. When the inner witness is weak unless you are hyped, turn the volume down and listen again. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. This is why I am training your inner ear. When you depend on spectacle to discern, you are vulnerable to manipulation. When you learn the texture of my voice, gentle authority that calls you higher and steadies you in peace, you become unshakable. You will politely decline opportunities that others idolize because your spirit says, "That room is not mine." You will accept hidden assignments that others overlook because your spirit says, "This is where I grow." You will stop asking crowds to tell you who you are because you will know it with me in the quiet. Let me speak to the fear beneath this, the dread that you will miss me. My child, listen. I am stronger than your confusion. I am more faithful than your missteps. I do not dangle your destiny over a trapdoor. I shepherd you. When you choose honesty over hurry, you are choosing me. When you honor peace over pressure, you are honoring me. When you heed the witness I place within you and test it humbly with counsel and time, you are walking with me. I will redirect you gently if you begin to drift. I will confirm again if you need reassurance. I will not punish your sincerity. Now, as you hold these tests, hear me move closer. I saw what no one clapped for. I saw the private obedience, the quiet repentance, the steady return to me when disappointment tried to harden you. I saw you carry promises without advertising them. I saw you bless those who did not understand, refuse shortcuts that glowed in the dark, learn to trust me when applause was distant. That is why the witness in you is growing clearer now. That is why peace is gathering around decisions that used to paralyze you. I am confirming you, not with noise, but with knowing, not with hype, but with holy steadiness. If you are seeing this now, it is finally your time to trust the voice I have been cultivating in you. Not early, not late. Divine timing meeting your life in real time. Let this settle. You are not guessing in the dark anymore. You are being guided in the light you have asked for. Keep journaling, keep praying, keep testing, keep stepping. The witness within you and the doors before you are about to agree in a way you cannot manufacture. And when they do, you will move, not by force, but by favor, not in panic, but in peace. My child, listen carefully now. Stay here with me. Do not scroll past this. I am moving closer to show you what I saw when you thought no one was watching. I saw what no one clapped for. I saw the nights of tears you dried with the sleeve of your own shirt. I saw the mornings you stood up and functioned while your heart felt heavy and your body was tired. I saw you go to work with questions and come home with courage. I saw you keep your word when it cost you visibility. I saw you carry hope without a cheering section. I saw the silent battles, temptations shut down without an audience, panic resisted with prayer no one heard, resentment surrendered before it turned to poison. I saw you choose honesty when exaggeration would have advanced you. I saw you keep your hands clean when shortcuts glowed in the dark. I saw the text you did not send, the clapback you withheld, the apology you offered first, the grace you extended without receipt. I saw the fast you did not post. I saw the gift you gave in secret. I saw the boundaries you set to protect your soul. I saw you kneel when your pride wanted to stand tall. I saw you forgive again and still again, even when your heart shook. I saw you honor leaders who failed you. I saw you bless friends who disappeared when you needed them most. I saw you show up for the assignment that did not match your talent's appetite because it matched your character's formation. I saw you read the room and choose silence instead of dominance. I saw you ask for counsel when you could have hidden your uncertainty. I saw you repent quickly when conviction tapped your shoulder. I saw the humility that grew where bitterness tried to root. I saw the way you kept space for others even as you felt squeezed yourself. I saw the thank you whispered into an empty room after a long day. I saw the journal pages stained with tears and hope. I saw the quiet decision to start again in the morning. Do you wonder why I am confirming you now? Hear me. Many start strong. Few stay steady. You stayed. Selection is not about speed. It is about substance. I did not choose you because you were flawless. I chose you because you were faithful in the quiet. Not because you never stumbled, but because you kept returning when you did. Not because you never doubted, but because you brought your doubt to me instead of letting it disciple you. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked in the crowd. You are seen, formed, and positioned. Divine timing meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late. What you called pain, I used as formation. Waiting did not waste you. It made you wise. Delay did not dilute your desire. It distilled it. The tears watered your empathy. The disappointments refined your discernment. The slow pace stretched your patience into something durable. You learned to tell the difference between urgent noise and holy necessity. You learned to spot manipulation because you refused to manipulate. You learned compassion for the broken because you let me meet you in your breaking. You learned to carry joy without spectacle. You learned to rest without guilt. You learned to love truth more than applause. All of this was preparation, not punishment. All of this was alignment forming, not absence. I was building capacity in you so you would not be crushed by the weight of the very thing you asked me for. Hear my heart. Your hidden endurance is not invisible to me. It is the evidence that you can carry what is coming. Endurance did more than keep you alive. It shaped you into someone trustworthy. It strengthened your spine and softened your face. It taught your ambition to bow to wisdom. It made your confidence quiet and your kindness loud. This is why I confirm you. This is why I place peace on your next steps. This is why I am aligning doors with who you have become in me. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Let me correct the label shame tried to stamp on you. You are not behind. You are being unveiled on time. You are not too much. You are finally rightly measured. You are not disqualified. You are clarified. You are not unlucky. You are protected. You are not fragile. You are finely tuned. You are not replaceable. You are assigned. Let these truths settle. Do not argue with them. Refuse the old stories that tried to narrate your future with yesterday's fear. I said it would happen, and now it is here. Not as noise, not as hype, as holy steadiness. I will show you what this confirmation is and what it is not. Confirmation is comfort, but it is also instruction. It is a seal on your identity and a summons to your next obedience. I am confirming you so you do not waste the window. When I open a way, you will not stall at the threshold, polishing your insecurity as if it is humility. You will not bury what I entrusted to you under more research to avoid responsibility. You will not use prudence as camouflage for fear. You will move, present, not frantic, peaceful, not passive. You will align your actions with the person you have become in me. This is how you will respond. Protect the rhythms that kept you whole in the waiting. Do not sacrifice prayer to pace. Keep your counsel close. Those who tell you truth without needing your spotlight. Finish what is in your hands with excellence before you reach for what is beyond your reach. Make the honest call you have delayed. Write the email that closes the old chapter with blessing and clarity. Prepare your tools, but do not perform a version of yourself I did not authorize. Clean motives, clean timelines, clean boundaries. Pack light. Carry peace, integrity, and patience. Leave behind the performance that once fooled you into exhaustion. You say, but what if I am not ready? Your endurance is your readiness. The same grace that steadied you in obscurity will strengthen you in opportunity. I do not graduate you into visibility to abandon you there. I shepherd you through thresholds the way I shepherded you through loneliness. My peace will pace you. My witness will guide you. My doors will confirm you. Do not fear outgrowing rooms. Fear only pretending to fit into ones I did not open. I saw what no one clapped for, and I am clapping with my confirmation now. Not to inflate your ego, but to anchor your courage. Not to make you loud, but to make you sure. Let the applause you missed from people be replaced by the assurance you receive from me. Let it settle that you were not invisible, you were incubated. Let it settle that you are not guessing, you are being guided. Let it settle that this is not random, it is alignment arriving. Now breathe, my child. Feel how peace rests on you, even as I call you forward. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time. The window is open, and your endurance has qualified you to carry what is inside. I will speak to you about the next step, and you will answer with steady obedience, not striving, alignment, not panic, presence. Keep your heart quiet and your feet ready. The confirmation you are receiving is me placing the weight of yes in your hands. Hold it with reverence and prepare to move when I say now. My child, listen carefully now. Stay here with me. Do not scroll past this. Confirmation is not decoration, it is direction. I did not place peace on you to leave you standing in the doorway, admiring what could be. I put weight in your hands so you would move with me. Hear me, alignment is not forced, it is responded to. The next step is not striving, it is obedience, not performance. Presence, not spectacle. Surrender. This is divine timing, meeting your life in real time. And Windows answer responsive hearts. You have asked, what do I do now? You do not need to chase. You need to choose. You do not need to prove. You need to proceed. You do not need to build a stage. You need to take the step. Obedience is the language that opens what I have aligned. Obedience is worship with feet on it. When I say move, I am not demanding frenzy. I am inviting trust that acts. I order your steps, not your panic. I give enough light for faithful movement, not enough spotlight to fuel a performance. This is what obedience looks like in the texture of a day. Forgive the person you keep on a leash in your heart. Release what you cannot control that keeps you tired in the night. Take the next honest step you have delayed because fear insisted on a dramatic leap. Set a boundary where your peace gets trampled and keep it without apology. Seek wise counsel from voices proven by fruit, not volume. Make the call you keep rehearsing in your mind. Send the email that closes an old chapter with blessing and clarity. Finish the assignment already in your hands with excellence before reaching for the next. Tithe your attention back to me. Pray before you plan. Put your schedule in order so your days reflect your values. Rest where I commanded you to rest, so you can run where I ask you to run. Return what is borrowed. Apologize without excuse. Speak truth with gentleness. Decline the opportunity that requires costume. Accept the hidden task that grows your character. None of this is spectacle. All of this is alignment. You hesitate because you think obedience must be grand. Hear me. Obedience is a seed. It carries harvest inside it. You water it with consistency, humility, and prayer. You plant it in the soil of peace, not panic. Show up where I have sent you. Close where I have closed. Invest where I have confirmed. Withdraw where I have warned. Steward the small with reverence, and watch the path clarify as you walk. I must warn you gently. Delay often disguises itself as research. Numbness calls itself rest when it is actually avoidance. Scrolling can baptize your hesitation and name it staying informed, while the moment to act is quietly passing. Do not feed your anxiety with endless opinions and neglect the one simple action I already gave you. Do not ask me for another sign while you ignore the instruction you received under the last one. Turn down the noise. Quiet the tabs you do not need. Silence the notifications that trespass against your focus. Step away from the glow that keeps you passive. Come back to me. I am here and I am not confusing you. Understand the contrast I am placing before you. Not hurry but holy pace. Not hustle but heart-level yes. Not force but favor. Not crowd-pleasing but conscience-keeping. Not gambling with your future but gathering grace for the next right thing. You do not need to chase. You need to choose. You do not need to prove. You need to proceed. You do not need permission from crowds. You need agreement with peace. When you choose in agreement with me, you are not small, you are aligned. Ask me simple, practical questions, and then obey the simple, practical answers. What is the one conversation that creates integrity in your week? Have it. What is the one task that would break the back of procrastination? Do it. Who is the one voice you must invite into your decision for sober counsel? Call them. Where is the one boundary that, if honored, would protect your focus? Draw it. What is the one confession that would unclog your courage? Bring it to me now. I am in the simple. I am in the steady. I am in the step that does not look glamorous, but it is the hinge on which the next door will swing. Let me coach your pace. Move with the light you have. Put it on paper. Make your yes visible to your own eyes. Schedule the action so it does not drown beneath someday. Give your yes accountability by telling one trustworthy, peace-filled friend. Then act. Do not wait for a mood to carry you. Let obedience lead your mood. You prayed for clarity. I have given you peace to protect it. You prayed for confirmation. I have aligned doors to meet it. Do not turn this into a marathon of impressive announcements. Let it be a quiet sequence of faithful steps. That is how foundations are laid, brick by brick, truth by truth, day by day. If you fear moving too soon, return to the tests I taught you. Peace that settles, not pressure that shoves. Consistency without contradiction. Character elevated, not excused. Doors opening you could not force. The inner witness quiet and clear. When these converge, move. When one is missing, slow, but do not slide into paralysis disguised as prudence. I redeem course corrections faster than I reward inaction rooted in fear. I will shepherd you if your foot slips. I will not shame you for trusting me with action that honors truth. Make this concrete with me. Today, within the next 24 hours, take one measurable step that honors what I have confirmed. Send, call, submit, close, forgive, schedule. Within the next 72 hours, sit with a wise voice and lay your plan on the table. Receive correction without offense. Within the next week, align your rhythms to protect what I am growing. Guard morning prayer, simplify your commitments, and set the boundary you already know is required. None of these demand applause. All of these build altars of obedience where I meet you. Hear this comfort as you respond. I do not set you at the threshold and step back to watch if you fail. I go with you. My peace will pace you. My joy will strengthen you. My wisdom will meet you in motion. Where the path curves, I will guide. Where resistance rises, I will fortify. Where the old fear tries to bargain, I will remind you who you are and what we are doing. You will not have to shout to keep the door open. You will have to stay honest to walk through it. My child, I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Appointment asks for agreement. Give me your yes again with your feet this time. Let your calendar confess it. Let your words match it. Let your posture reveal it. And when strain tries to masquerade as significance, remember, alignment is not forced. It is responded to. You are not manufacturing your future. You are partnering with me in real time. Now let the weight of striving fall off your shoulders. In its place, receive assignment. In its place, receive pace. In its place, receive the courage to obey. We will pray next, so confusion breaks and peace takes its rightful place as your guardrail. We will ask for discernment, for protection from deception, for freedom from fear. But before we pray, choose your step. Hold it in your heart. Name it before me. This is how you enter the window I have opened, not with frenzy, but with a faithful yes. My child, listen carefully now. Stay here with me. Do not scroll past this. Breathe with me. Inhale slowly. Hold. Exhale gently. Let your shoulders drop. Unclench your jaw. Soften your hands. Bring your step, the one you have named, into your open palms before me. I am here. I am not rushing you. I am steadying you. Discernment is a gift. When you ask, I steady you, and peace becomes your guardrail. Receive what I am giving now. I speak clarity over your inner world. I break the spell of false urgency that keeps your heart sprinting while I am asking you to walk. I silence the voice of fear that dresses itself as wisdom and calls panic prudence. I remove the hooks of manipulation that tug on your need to be seen, your desire to be chosen by people, your fear of missing out. I put weight on truth and I lighten the noise of opinion. Let the pressure that shoves drain out of your chest. Let the fog that confuses lift off your eyes. My voice becomes distinct and steady in you. gentle authority, not harsh demand. Invitation that calls you higher, not intimidation that drags you lower. I divide between signal and static. I separate conviction from condemnation. I untangle eager excitement from holy peace. Feel the difference with me. Where there was a knot, I loosen it. Where there was a swarm of thoughts, I sort them. Where there was a crowded room of voices, I quiet the room and seat you in front of me. My child, I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. I do not whisper riddles to increase your anxiety. I speak as a shepherd to settle your direction. Hear the cadence of my reassurance. Not early, not late. I am aligning your steps with my timing. I place protection around you now. I guard your gates, eyes, ears, heart, schedule. I close the door to counterfeit signs, the sparkly performances that flash like confirmation but require you to violate peace to keep them. I expose flattery that pretends to be favor. I reveal bait that hides the hook. I put holy hesitation in you where compromise is waiting behind a smiling invitation. I protect you from impulsive decisions disguised as bravery. I restrain the reflex to say yes when your spirit is saying, wait. I resist the urge in you to stay in rooms that love your gift but starve your soul. I remove the appetite for opportunities that drain purpose and leave you emptier. I prune access to voices that keep you spinning and starved. I post peace as a guard at your door. I order the circle around you. I highlight wise counsel and dim the spotlight on performers who want your attention more than your growth. I bring to mind the names proven by fruit, not volume. I give you courage to choose alignment over applause, presence over popularity, boundaries over burnout. You are not a hostage to other people's timelines. You are released from the pressure to perform for rooms I did not open. I will keep you from entering agreements that require costume. I will steer you away from relationships that romanticize your calling but sabotage your character. I will draw you toward the steady ones, the voices who will ask you hard questions while guarding your hope. Now I speak courage into your core, not the adrenaline that surges and fades, but the quiet boldness that acts with me. Receive courage to take the next honest step, even when the whole path is not visible. Receive courage to move with the light you have, without demanding a neon sign for every turn. Receive courage to obey in increments, to let small faithfulness carry great weight. You do not need to see the conclusion to start the sentence I have given you to write. You do not need to hold the whole map to take the first mile with me. Courage to disappoint expectations rather than disobey me. Courage to say no where others expect your yes. Courage to go slow when speed would earn you cheers. Courage to go alone if necessary, but never without me. I regulate your pace by my timing. Not early, not late, not pushed by fear, not paralyzed by caution. You were paused because you were being positioned. Now you will move because you are being aligned. I command the lie of too late to fall to the ground. I command the lie of not enough to be replaced by grace supplied. I command the lie of you will miss it to be replaced by I am shepherding you. Let my timing relieve you. Let it become the rhythm of your breath. You will not outrun grace. You will not fall behind my instruction. You will meet me exactly where obedience places your feet. I sharpen your ear to my witness within. I teach you the texture of my yes and the tone of my not yet. I increase your sensitivity to peace that settles you, not pressure that shoves you. I make you aware when character is being asked to bend, so you stop. I make you aware when a door requires a costume, so you decline. I make you aware when the witness is quiet and clarity is thin, so you slow. I make you aware when witness is steady and peace increases, so you move. I mature your discernment so you do not need spectacle to be sure. I stabilize you so your yes does not need applause to stay alive. I wash your mind. I bathe your thoughts in light. I gather up scattered attention and place it back in your hands. I remove the loops of rumination that keep replaying worst-case scenarios. I interrupt the inner monologue that narrates failure as if it is your portion. I rewrite the script with truth I have already spoken. You are not late, not overlooked, not disqualified. You are chosen because you were willing. You are confirmed because you endured. Let this script be the one you rehearse. Now I bless your body with peace. I speak rest into your nervous system. I command adrenaline to quiet and the knot in your stomach to release. I bless your sleep. Tonight, let your pillow become an altar where peace rests heavy. No more rehearsing conversations at 2 a.m. No more scrolling to numb. No more bargains with fear. Sleep that is not escape, but restoration. Dreams that are not chaos, but clarity. Waking that is not dread, but readiness. I settle your hormones, steady your breath, slow your thoughts to the pace of trust. I order your mornings with enough quiet to hear me, enough focus to follow me, enough energy to obey me. I stabilize your emotions. Where there has been volatility, I bring consistency. Where there has been numbness, I awaken clean feeling. Where there has been constant second-guessing, I plant confidence that does not shout. I bind the spirit of confusion and loosen the spirit of wisdom and understanding. I frame your day with peace on both sides. Peace before you act, peace after you act. I make peace your guardrail so you do not crash into hurry or drift into passivity. If you begin to veer, peace will tap your shoulder. If you begin to freeze, peace will nudge your feet. I seal your next step. The one you are holding before me, I place my hand upon it. Where it requires apology, I provide humility and language. Where it requires boundary, I provide resolve without hardness. Where it requires generosity, I provide joy without fear of lack. Where it requires closure, I provide blessing without bitterness. Where it requires waiting, I provide patience without stagnation. You will not take this step to prove something. You will take it to align. You will not take this step to get attention. You will take it to remain faithful. Obedience will lead your mood. Presence will power your pace. Favor will meet your feet. I protect the fruit of this prayer. I cover your agreements with me so they are not snatched by distraction. I close the back door of procrastination that often opens right after holy moments. I assign reminders of peace to greet you throughout your day. A phrase, a song in your spirit, a sudden quiet, a scripture remembered, a wise text received. I orchestrate confirmations that are consistent, not performative, timely, not forced, character elevating, not compromising. I banish condemnation if you falter. I am your shepherd, and I will redirect you gently. I am stronger than your confusion and more faithful than your missteps. My child, lift your chin. Let your breathing match mine, slow, steady, sure. Let the hush you feel right now become the atmosphere you carry into rooms that once rattled you. Keep the step you named in your heart and move when I say now. Keep your ears trained to peace. Let it be the line you do not cross. Guard quiet, cherish counsel, journal the witness, test the doors. Walk with me. I am not far. I am nearer than your own thoughts. This is divine timing meeting your life in real time, not early, not late. I seal this in you. Confusion breaks. Manipulation loses its grip. False urgency is exposed and dismissed. Counterfeit confirmation is unmasked. Protection surrounds your gates. Courage stands up inside you. Obedience becomes simple and strong. Peace takes its rightful place as your guardrail. Rest finds you tonight. Clarity greets you in the morning. Steadiness marks your week. And as you move, you will find that I have been moving toward you the whole time. Let it settle, receive it. walk in it. It is so. My child, listen carefully now. Stay here with me for this last part. Do not scroll past this. Let it settle. If you are seeing this now, it is timely on purpose. This encounter is not random. This is divine timing, meeting your life in real time. Not early, not late. Hear me as I summarize what I have been forming in you. The delay was not denial. It was preparation. The silence was not absence. It was alignment forming. The doors that did not open were not empty halls. They were guardians, keeping you in the right lane until your character could carry the weight of the promise. Do not argue with peace when it arrives. Do not insult endurance by calling it stagnation. Receive what I am giving, steadiness that does not need spectacle to stay alive. Confirmation is not caffeine. It is an anchor. It will not spike your adrenaline and drop you into doubt tomorrow. It will settle you now and keep settling you as you move. Expect clarity to increase as you walk, not explode all at once. Expect doors to time themselves to readiness, not to your impatience. Expect boundaries to become stronger, not because you are cold, but because you are clear. Expect some people to be puzzled by your new pace. That is all right. Do not bend your peace to fit old expectations. I am not entertaining you. I am appointing you. Appointment requires a posture that can last beyond this moment. So I commission your posture for the next season. Stay consistent. Show up for prayer, for counsel, for the work already in your hands, with the same faithfulness that formed you in obscurity. Stay humble. Remain teachable. Quick to repent. Quick to learn, slow to broadcast. Stay watchful. Pay attention to the texture of peace, to the shift of timing, to the subtle nudges that guided you here. Stay responsive. Act on the light you have. Do not hoard it waiting for applause. Guard quiet like a treasure. Cherish wise counsel like a map. Finish assignments like vows. Keep your heart soft, your motives clean, your yes simple. Journal the witness, test the doors, bless your enemies, keep your boundaries. This is how alignment stays alive in daily life. Do not expect instant perfection from yourself or from the path. Expect growth. Expect incremental clarity that strengthens with obedience. Expect course corrections that come without condemnation when you remain honest with me. Expect resistance, not as proof you misheard, but as confirmation that what you carry matters. When pressure tries to shove, let peace recenter you. When flattery tries to seduce, let character anchor you. When hurry barks orders, let timing shepherd you. You will not have to force the right door. You will not have to costume up for your calling. Where you are tempted to strive, pause and pray. Where you are tempted to stall, act on the last clear instruction. This is not hype. It is holy pace. Let me tell you what the next weeks may feel like so you are not surprised. You will notice a steadying inside you where there used to be frantic checking. You will notice one door after another testing you for match. Some you will decline without guilt. One will open with favor you did not manufacture. You will notice the appetite for certain conversations and rooms fading. Do not resurrect what I am releasing. You will notice your boundaries protecting your energy and your clarity. Hold them without apology. You will notice small, faithful actions accumulating a surprising momentum. Emails sent, calls made, a budget honored, a routine guarded, a closure blessed, a step taken at the right hour. Let small faithfulness embarrass grand procrastination. Let consistency carry what charisma cannot. When memory tries to drag you back into the noise, remember this line. Do not return to distraction, return to alignment. Close what you were meant to close. Open what you were meant to open. Turn down the volume that kept you blurry. Shut the tabs that trespass against your focus. Decline the meetings that break your peace. Step out of comparison. Step into assignment. Do not doom scroll the future. Dialogue with me about the next step. Do not over-explain your boundaries to those who benefit from you having none. Quietly, kindly, keep them. This is how peace remains your guardrail. Hear my fathering in this. I am not stepping away when this video ends. I go with you into your calendar, into your commute, into the room that once rattled you. I will remind you gently. I will nudge you away from counterfeit hype. I will place timely confirmations in your path that are consistent, not performative, character elevating, not compromising. Watch for the phrase at the right time, the wise text, the open slot on the schedule that appears when you prayed, the invitation that aligns without contortion. You are not lucky, you are led. You are not guessing, you are guided. If this word has steadied you, let your response be worship and alignment. Share it with the one who needs peace more than noise. Pray over the work that carries this voice, and if you feel led to strengthen the outflow, you may bless it. Leave a word, share, or support through super thanks. I receive the honor you give here as honor you give to the assignment, not to a performance. Keep your heart clean, even in your support. Let generosity be worship, not transaction. Now breathe, my child. Lift your chin. Feel how peace remains as the music fades and the room quiets. Let what I have said become the low, steady hum beneath your days. You will not forget this because I will keep it alive in you, not early, not late. Divine timing meeting your life in real time. Walk slowly enough to hear me and bravely enough to obey me. When the thought comes to rush, bless your pace. When the thought comes to freeze, bless your courage. When the question rises, return to me first. We are not sprinting for attention. We are moving in appointment. Let it settle. Let it root. Let it inform your schedule, your speech, your spending, your sleep. Let it become the way you answer texts, the way you choose rooms, the way you end days. Do not return to distraction, return to alignment. Walk in peace. I am with you. I am before you. I am behind you. I am within you. Your timing is aligning now. It is so.